friends, and we're here at Dom's house. It's a lovely house, my first time here, and Abel, you've been here before,
It's your second time here.
Huh?
It's your second time here.
It's my second time here, right? Technically you're right. All right. I'm actually sitting, not working today. But again, yeah, my name is John, we've got
Abel,
and we've got
Dom.
All right, like I said, we're just three friends, and we're doing a podcast for the first time about professional wrestling, and there's no one at the door right now.
Damn ring doorbell.
But a topic came up earlier, and it was how did we get into being fans of professional wrestling? So Dom, how did you become a fan of professional wrestling?
I would say my grandfather, growing up as a kid, going to his house on the weekends, used to sit there and watch WCW Saturday night and the early show they had in the morning, and they had the big spinning ring. It was pretty cool. It was low budget, but it was pretty cool.
Do you remember like who the first wrestlers that made an impression on you?
For WCW, I would say Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. That was my guy growing up.
Little nature boy, huh?
Yeah.
Ric Flair, very influential. Abel, how about you? What was your first foray into pro wrestling?
I'd probably have to say my father.
Yeah.
I still even talk to him, even when I get a chance, about like wrestlers right now, guys in the past. I can't even tell you how many different stories we've had. I just wish I could have took him to an event just to have that father-son thing, because he introduced me to so many things.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say my father.
Do you have any memories of one of the first influential wrestlers to you?
The first one I have to say is Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh, Ultimate Warrior.
It's that music.
Yeah.
It's the charisma, just him just running down the aisle, like all the colors. Like, what is that? That's something different.
You know, we've had, this could be a Worlds Collide situation. Ultimate Warrior versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair. It has happened. I'm sure it's on videotape somewhere, probably in the old school collection on Peacock. But I've never found it, and I don't think I ever will. But as for myself, my first foray into pro wrestling, it's technically like my second, but when I actually started getting into it, which led to like right now, was actually in the 6th grade, and just to fit in with the other kids, they liked wrestling, and I was like, what do they like? I'm in a new school, I'll just like whatever they like.
Yeah.
So a quick way to get friends in the school is to like what they like, which WWE Pro Wrestling was about 95, 96.
That was the boring era.
Yeah, it was the boring area, but it was right at the cusp of when it would blow up. So 1996, I don't know, whatever your first image of wrestling is the most impressionable to you.
Yeah.
So, Ric Flair in WCW with a rotating ring sounds like center stage.
Center stage, yep.
90, 91, 90, 3 or 4, So my big year was 1996. So
Shawn Michaels.
WWF, Shawn Michaels, right. Diesel, Razor, Smoking Guns, Ahmed Johnson.
You wasn't a Smoking Gun fan.
I was Smoking Guns.
Nah, you know about Sunny. Everybody know that.
Everybody about Sunny Days. It's amazing to see, Billy Gunn today, currently known as, Daddy Ass. Yeah.
Scissor me, Daddy!
Yeah, your famous thing nowadays. But that was my first thing to get into wrestling around 1996, and just because didn't have my dad involved like you guys, but it's just the people at school, so that's how I got into wrestling.
Yeah, but me, I was a WCW guy, but the thing that attracted me was at Stop and Shop back in the day in Waterford. They had an old you rent movies.
Yeah.
So they had like the old Wrestlemania VHSs back in the day, where they got the carts at right now. The first cover that caught my attention, and I want this poster to this day, I want that frame. It was WrestleMania 6, and I had Hogan and Warrior.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
And this.
Yeah, all the color and all that, but that just drew me, and that was it. I just became a diehard wrestling fan after that.
Wow, Stop and Shop. They had WrestleMania 6. If I had known, I would have gone to Stop and Shop in Waterford.
Right.
Too.
Yep.
For me, now, it was Flash Videos right by where Burlington is now, and they only had 5 VHSs, WrestleManias 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It stopped at the last Hogan one in Las Vegas.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That was terrible.
It's terrible. Is there any, speaking of that memory, Abel, like, did you rent any VHSs that you can remember? Something like that?
I know. Everything was just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I had a little brother, so we watched together. Anytime it's something come up, we just have silly memories together. Wrestle a lot of times.
What was your finishing move on your brother?
Elbow drop from the
Simple.
yeah.
From the top of the couch.
Actually, no, from the top of my mom's bedroom cabinet.
Oh.
So I,
How many times did you fall in the cabinet?
twice. Yeah, I remember. And I remember one time my mom was coming in from cleaning the house. She's walking the room. Hey, well, what are you doing? Macho Man! Don't do it! Oh boy, I got so trouble for that. Bad shit.
What about you? What was your go-to move as a kid?
Well, we had like a, one of the spare mattress, like a twin size mattress or something. So I had a friend, and his mom had a truck, and I visited him on the weekends and stuff. So I was like, "Can you bring this mattress with us?" So he's like, "You guys are gonna hurt yourselves." No, we know how to do it. We're fine. And I'm pretty sure I powerbombed him, and I jacked his back up for many years. If you didn't think an 8-year-old could throw out his back, well, I got a challenge for you.
Wow.
So I did it. See, you was at 95 area watching Diesel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Big Daddy is cool.
Doing that the Bob Backlund.
Jeez. 13 seconds.
Well, we're gonna
7.
It was only like 7 seconds, something like that.
Madison Square Garden.
The Garden.
I still haven't gone. I gotta go.
You gotta go someday. I highly recommend.
That's on my bucket list of
Yeah.
arenas to go.
I mean, the first time I went to MSG, it was for WrestleMania 20. Went by myself. It was a crazy time. Had a nice seat. At that time, the greatest WrestleMania up until that time, I think. Especially with the memory of Benoit winning the main event.
Who?
And someone winning a match against Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And I was just most recently there for a Rage Against the Machine concert, and that was a lot of fun too. So there you go. It's all good times.
So that was your first wrestling show?
My first wrestling show, my first live attendance wrestling show was actually the Hartford Civic Center, and you can't find reports on this stuff. I've tried, like what the actual lineup was.
Yeah.
I got my memories, but they don't always line up with what's actually true. So, but Shawn Michaels she was like Shawn Michaels and Goldust, Psycho Sid and Mankind was like the main event at that time. And my sister took me, and we were sitting up in the rafters, but I didn't.
So that had to be like 97.
It was December '96. It's time, almost. It was almost that
Wow.
In your house. Yep.
Yeah,
Every month in your house.
that's right.
Different theme.
And I didn't go to another one, also at the Hartford Civic Center. It was in the year 2000. It was a SmackDown in Hartford. So those are
That's good.
a long time ago. And if you ask me any other shows, I couldn't tell you because this is not promoting myself, but I've been to a lot. So sorry. How about what was your first live event?
My first show I went to, it was a couple of days before my freshman year. I won tickets on the local radio station Q105.
Q.
Yep. I had to go to the gas station Ravi and go find these tickets, search through some random car, and the tickets were inside the sunglasses
Yeah.
container, whatever. I found tickets.
Oh.
But my family didn't drive, whatever, so
Yeah.
I had to call the neighbor and went to the New Haven Coliseum. It was the last event, the New Haven Coliseum. And then the next night had Smackdown, Mohegan Sun, whatever. And it was pretty cool. I don't remember the New Haven Coliseum show, but the next night, Undertaker was on the motorcycle, and yeah, that was pretty dope.
Wow.
So that was my first show. So that's the only thing I can remember.
Oh.
Part
Nothing
probably
else.
sucks, but it was cool. Just seeing it.
Abel, your first live event?
I think it was WrestleMania. Raw.
Yeah.
15. Was it the 15?
For real? That was your first one?
That's the one you
One
told
with
me.
the Bridgeport?
Yeah, that was the very first one.
Wow, that was a good show to go to.
Because my mom didn't really drive when we was growing up. So I didn't even know how to even get tickets, much less like go to an event.
You should go to J.C. Penney
Yeah.
and say, "Can you give me 4 tickets to Bridgeport, please?"
Shoot, the first wrestling shirt wasn't until about 2009, I think. That was my first wrestling shirt.
Sure.
Shirt.
Oh.
Well, a lot of guys came to school with their Austins and Goldberg and all that.
I got a funny story about that.
Yeah, I had never had not one T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, but I was the biggest fan. And, you know, that's kind of how me and Dom became friends in high school.
Yeah.
Cause
So I'm wearing a shirt.
nah,
It said Mr. Ass on it. You're like, yo, this guy's my friend.
Nah, a buddy of ours was started making fun of him, talking about how oh, you still watch wrestling? I can't believe you watch that shit. Da da da. I looked at him, was like, you watch Raw? He's like, yup. And
that's all it took. Just like how me and you started talking, I'm out here in Staples looking for a printer. Next thing you know,
Did you have the saddest look on your face? I was like, let me check this guy out.
yeah, I was just trying to get some ink. You
Yeah.
sold me, I bought a whole printer. Like, oh yeah, I sent a picture to my family, whatever.
Yeah.
I was in Dallas or everywhere. And next thing you know, I was like, oh yeah, let's make a small talk. What are we doing in Dallas? Oh, I went to WrestleMania. Like, that's how it was. Like, wrestling fans, they track each other, so that's just how it is.
it's true.
So,
I already made that up, by the way. Just kidding. It was a true
I'm about to say,
story.
it sounded pretty good. I got
It's just a lot to make up. Yeah, I was Dallas WrestleMania. Just happened to be this year. Who knew?
Yeah,
I
right.
feel like we protect each other more than most groups.
Yeah,
though.
for real.
Like other fan groups, they all want to attack each other for liking this, that, and the third. We all have that camaraderie where we all look out for each other. Like, oh, that guy's making fun of you. I got your back.
It's like a secret society.
Yeah.
For real. I don't know. It just, you see that, you see somebody throwing up.
Oh man,
That's
yeah.
it.
Or
For a period of time,
No.
doing the too sweet to anyone, that was just like the thing.
yes.
Anyone, you know,
I'll tell you what though, Stone Cold Steve Austin got me in trouble plenty of times.
got me in trouble
And DX.
DX got me in
And-
trouble so many times.
So I went to a Catholic school.
Yeah.
You too?
I went to the Catholic school, and you know, you gotta wear a uniform. Then you have like the casual, you know, you pay a dollar, you wear your casual clothes, whatever. So Austin 316 was the hottest shirt. I went to the mall, I found a red Austin 316 shirt. And it was the one with the blood
Yeah.
on the back. You got his face all bloody and the blood running down his gap and all that stuff. Yeah, that's not appropriate for Catholic school.
Not even for $1. How about $2? What? $3? What?
I bet I was just wearing my uniform that day. For real.
Blood from a stone in Catholic school. I don't know how that exactly works. All right. Well, wrestling fans can be united across all levels and platforms, unless we're talking about Austin Theory, because I hate that guy. What do you think about Austin Theory?
He's the future.
He's the future?
They trying to.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, he got the look, but I don't know. He need maybe a little
Do you
more
like him
personality.
though?
I don't know much about him.
You don't know much about him?
Nah, like
From appearances, would you give him $1?
Jeez.
$1 for what?
Just because you like him.
I don't look that much for a
You
dollar.
don't like
Shoot,
him?
I can't get no newspaper for no dollar anymore. Come on, man.
Austin Theory not even worth $1, and a newspaper is worth more than Austin Theory. You heard it right here.
Oh,
You heard it right here on this podcast, yet to be named. What do you think about Austin Theory? You an Austin Theory guy?
I don't know
see,
what to think yet either.
How much would you give Austin Theory just for no reason at all? 50 cents?
If you're just going by looks, he's got the look.
Yeah.
I don't
Future?
know. I don't know if it's the promos haven't got to me yet.
Yeah.
The wrestling, he's there. Obviously, as you're young, you're gonna improve and keep going. But the promo, I don't feel anything for the guy yet.
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah.
hey, I'll try him out in WWE 2K when it comes out. March 14th.
Well, Austin Theory has had a wild year last year anyway. Actually, he was when he faced who did he face at WrestleMania?
So you need
Pat
Austin.
McAfee.
Oh.
No, Pat McAfee. Yeah.
Oh, he got a
Yeah,
vote
McAfee?
replacement. He got.
No, was it McAfee?
Right? McAfee faced somebody, right?
It was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was
Austin Theory.
McAfee.
You know what?
The McAfee stole the show. It just tells you nobody cares about Austin Theory right now. That's all that means.
I didn't really care about Pat McAfee, really, so I was scheduling, that was going to be my bathroom break match. Can you believe that? Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. And guess what? It was the hottest freaking thing on that Sunday night. That match.
So you remember the day. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know my bathroom break match was Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn.
Oh.
That was my bathroom break match. I still ain't watched that match. Everybody said it was so good.
I watched it.
I can only
That
say,
was a good match.
I can only
For
say,
what it was good.
because I was a big Jackass fan since
Yeah.
back in the day. So it's like, for me, that match was huge and it was great. And I really want to see it and I enjoyed the hell of it. I watched it back more than any other match in that WrestleMania weekend. So, What about you?
That-
Jackass fan?
I was a Jackass.
Yeah.
I think we all were at one point, but I was like, I ain't take it seriously. Like,
We'll just say Dom is not a Jackass
I
fan.
am a Jackass fan. I like Wee Man. I like Party Boy and Bam.
Oh, Party Boy, he's. I really didn't see the match, but.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
Go watch it.
Go watch that match.
It was better than what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. But anyway, so we do have the main portion of our podcast here today. A few topics I have off note. So we have the biggest topic of right now is the main event of what WrestleMania is going to be. Right now, it's scheduled to be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for both championship belts. But the hottest thing, probably the hottest thing, or the second hottest thing, depending on your take of it, is Sami Zayn. Does Sami Zayn deserve? Does he belong in that WrestleMania main event picture, or does he not?
If they continue going with the story, he's got to be involved somehow.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You think that you shove him in here, maybe like a triple threat or something?
I don't know if you shove him in as a triple threat, but he's got to be involved with that bloodline storyline. I don't know if he's actually going to win it, Elimination Chamber. I hope, as a guy who's always been kind of like the underdog himself.
Yeah.
I feel like that would just make everything.
오빤 강남스타일
It's just a trial.
강남스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자 너는 선호해 낮에는 너만큼 따사로운 그런 선호해 커피 식기도 전에 원샷 때리는 선호해 밤이 오면 심장이 터져버리는 선호해 그런 선호해 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 hey. 그래 바로 너 hey. 아름다워 사랑스러워 그래 너 hey. 그래 바로 너 hey. 지금부터 갈 때까지 가볼까
And like I was saying, Sammy's definitely got to be involved somehow.
Still, somehow, after Elimination Chamber,
It's
regardless
gotta
of what
be.
happens?
Especially if you listen to Busted Open, Sirius XM, great show to listen to.
Hi, Gabby.
They had some ideas where I was like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So definitely, he's got to be involved, but definitely not a triple threat.
Definitely not a triple threat. How about, well, Don, what do you think about Sami Zayn being in the
You gotta go with the
picture?
high hand, man. You gotta go with the high hand. Daniel Bryan was right there.
Yeah.
Roll with it. Give the people what they want. I can't even say give the people what they want because the story is crazy with Cody on Raw, Sami on SmackDown, and the bloodline is hot.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I am looking forward to WrestleMania right now.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, gotta get to Elimination Chamber first on Saturday to see what's going on, but I don't know. I have no idea. But you got to factor in that wild card, Jey Uso, what he's going to do. But then again, he might not be making the Canada because.
Right. What if that's just made up? Like, like I'm pretty sure Booker T wasn't allowed in Canada, but he was there on some Nitros as the world champion, I think.
Nah, you don't get my point. Hopefully, he made it home from Mohegan Sun last night.
Oh yes.
Him and his brother.
Well, if you're gambling, the drinks are free.
That's the problem.
Jeez.
That's the problem.
That's true.
He gotta go to Canada, so he's straight. So I don't know.
Jesus, Don, really?
Why you gotta do oos like that?
He did it himself. Go to your chicken like your daddy, you be alright.
What the fuck?
Hey.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Shoot, he gonna be with London in July? Both of them?
I don't know.
London.
Yeah,
Money in the bank.
Yeah, scheduled for a
And
pay-per-view.
SmackDown.
Well, if Sami Zayn, happens to become the world champion, I don't think he's going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
he lose the title by then.
Yeah.
I think they have a show like maybe within a month or maybe a month or two, within 3 months of WrestleMania. So
Yeah, I agree. That's probably what would happen.
That's why they got 2 belts.
I mean, is it even worth it for someone like Sami Zayn? What do you mean, someone like Sami Zayn to win the title but also lose it in a short fashion?
how do you have him lose it? And to who?
Yeah.
Do you have Cody pin him after?
Our producer said Cody, but no.
Because it still makes Roman look strong.
No, because he said it still makes Roman look strong, but no, you can't have Sami Zayn and Cody. I don't want to see that. It's got to be Cody and Roman. You got WWE versus AEW right here. That's what people want to see.
Oh my goodness.
The past 3 years, Roman been hot 3 years. Leukemia came back,
That is pretty hot.
whooped ass. I'm not even trying to be funny with that shit. But yo, like seriously, he came back and he just dominated. He
Yeah.
probably had less than a handful of losses and never got pinned in that 3 years. Cody went, did his thing in Japan, Ring of Honor or whatever. He didn't win the title over in AEW, whatever. Not the heavyweight title, but yo, he put that company on, did what he had to do. Boom.
So you're looking at the WrestleMania main event as it's currently scheduled as a WWE versus AEW kind of dealio.
Yes.
Right?
I'm not.
You're not? No?
I think
so?
I think that Cody has left AEW in the back of his mind.
Yeah.
Like it's in good hands.
Yeah.
It's all good. No issues with me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
You think that, even though he mentioned them like the past 2 weeks?
Hey, it's like a respect thing. Like, hey, you gave me my shot. You showed the world that I was worth it, and now WWE's gonna make you know that I was worth it.
I think it's a symbolic thing, more based from the fans to think of it as a WWE versus AEW thing. Because you're right, they're not blatantly saying it because they can't, and they would never blatantly say it, you know. But I watched a match recently. It was Backlash 02. It's Hogan and Triple H, and I was like, hey, it's the leader of DX versus the leader of the NWO, but not really.
You're not thinking about that at that time.
Yeah,
At that time, no.
Not at that time, no, but as, 20 years later as a fan thinking about it, like, hey, that's pretty freaking cool. DX and the NWO in many, various manners. The same thing happened in my head when I watched Hogan versus Michaels. It's like, oh, this was 1997, buy rates through the roof,
I went back and
That's
watched
still a
that
good buy
match,
rate
too.
in 05.
Yeah.
Even though Michaels oversold that.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Well,
Bitter.
that was Hulk Hogan playing shenanigans. Like
Hogan's
the
a
terrible
man.
person that he is.
Hogan is a great man.
Hogan is a great man. Yeah.
Hogan is a great man.
Yeah.
He's the first man to make a wish.
But he didn't make the most wishes.
That's fine. He made
That's
wishes.
He wishes.
He made me happy. I was taking my vitamins. I didn't drink no milk. I did all that.
I said my prayers too.
For real, I'm still broke.
Well,
Anyways.
so we didn't go too heavy-handed in the WWE versus AEW sense with the Cody and Roman. But how about the quality of the show? What do you prefer if you watch both shows? Friday Night Smackdown versus Friday Night Rampage. Like, what do you think between the two shows? Because there's kind of been a shift between them because AEW always has a nature of quality to the in-ring, but maybe not promoting their matches or promoting their talent very well. But the quality of the in-ring is always good. And for a time, Rampage was, you could say it was the better show than SmackDown. But right now, WWE's on a tear with SmackDown, and
Well, it's WrestleMania season.
and it's WrestleMania season.
This is when they turn that dial.
That's
Oh,
true,
yeah.
Plus, Rampage is tape. You can
Yeah,
read the
yeah,
spoilers.
unfortunately.
Yeah, like I usually go to work at that time anyway, so.
yeah.
But SmackDown, I'm watching like the first hour and 50 minutes before I gotta go to the Blue Duck. Back Street.
Yeah, plus it's tough for me because I'm up at like 5 in the morning. So
Yeah.
by the time 10 o'clock hits, I'm
But
done.
it is WrestleMania season. SmackDown,
And I
the
try.
main focal point is Roman Reigns and the Usos and the Bloodline. That's the main focal point. Everything else don't matter.
So do you say you want to watch everyone? Of course, if you could, you'd always want to watch whatever show's on live at the time.
Of course.
But most of the time, do you watch SmackDown and or Rampage on delay or live?
There was a point where I watched it on delay
Yeah.
just because of my work schedule.
Yeah.
But lately, things have been a little bit easier, so I can watch it live.
Which SmackDown or both?
SmackDown and Rampage.
Yeah, SmackDown. I'll watch that.
You watch it live if you can.
Lately, yeah, it's been hot.
Yeah.
They draw me in, and the show might suck, and I'll be like, man, really?
Yeah.
Wasted 2 hours? But all right, whatever. Try again next week.
Well, if you do watch it live, it kind of competes against this point I had in my head, which is like, well, if you watch it on delay, they're both taped. It doesn't matter.
That's a
Right?
good point.
Yeah.
That's a good
Spoilers
point.
away. You know, it's like, hey,
skip the commercials.
I watch it on Saturday morning, then at SmackDown or Rampage, points irrelevant if it's live or not.
That's true.
But then again, you could hear Rampage spoilers on Wednesday night, and that kind of puts in the back of your head. Okay, this is not important.
Yeah.
I'll skip it. And I'll be honest, I skipped some Rampages too because I'm like, like even last night it was Orange Cassidy and Lee Moriarty. I'm like,
Yeah.
I watch it on YouTube when the time comes. It's all right.
I'm done with that. That's okay. Switching gears here, we have I had an idea for the wrestling industry as a whole. Of course, recently, big tragedy with Jay Briscoe. That accident. And, but it it raised some awareness for Ring of Honor as a brand.
Yep.
And it's linked with AEW, so it does have some notoriety. So that's Ring of Honor, but almost competing for last place almost is also Impact Wrestling.
Yep.
It's still hanging in there.
Still hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
Like all the time. Well, first question is, do you watch Impact?
I don't even have that channel. I don't even know what channel it is on.
If I can, that's true. I try to. I just can't find a channel or.
Brand awareness, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I don't have the time, unfortunately. I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I know they have good wrestling there.
Do you hear things about
Oh
it?
yeah. I definitely hear it, and if it's something that's must watch, I'll definitely check it on YouTube or whatnot.
Is there anything can you think of any Impact angles or stars?
Now?
Yeah, like right now,
Mike Bailey.
current, like right now.
Speedball,
Yeah.
Steve Bale, what's his name?
Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah.
Yo, he is
man,
on a
it's
tear
nasty.
this
That
year.
man is nasty. I read the other day that NXT had him, and they did nothing with him. And the first time I seen him last year at WrestleCon. He fought Bandito.
Yeah.
Oh my God! That was the match of the year for the weekend, man.
I agree. That was a
Yo,
hell of a
that's why I
match.
knew about. I started watching this dude. He was nasty.
We saw him there. We saw him at
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport or.
You got a few spots.
Yeah,
but
we saw a lot of Mike Bailey, and I was like, I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
You Impact fan?
No, not really. But that's why I meant recently, because over the past couple of years, there have been people that have drawn me to look up Impact stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it, and one of them, the only one I can think of right now, the first one I can think of is Tennille Dashwood, because I'm a big Emma fan.
Well, she's back in the E now.
Yeah, so she was there. The Iconics, the Inspiration, they were there for a period of time, and Rich Swann was featured for a while.
So you were just watching all old WWE people.
Yeah.
That's what you just following them. Like I follow Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, first of all, Kurt Angle and TNA, what a run.
Yeah.
What a run.
I got that DVD, TNA Champion of Kurt Angle.
I got that. I went to lockdown. I seen him fight Samoa Joe.
2008?
2008.
That was
Yeah, we were there. Lowell, Mass. The Songest Arena.
I was there too. And
Christian actually ran right by us. We didn't know.
Nobody cared about Christian.
God damn, no.
Nobody cared about Christian.
Evil.
Fuck him. The way he treated me at the hotel.
Oh, he didn't shake your hand?
Yeah, fuck him. and the way he was at Dodge Stadium.
Oh, well.
I said one more match. He just looked at me, give me a dirty look. Like, fuck you. Go back to Canada. I hope you get deported. Anyways.
This ain't gonna be the podcast now.
Leave it out there. Tag Christian in there. Christian for peeps. You see that, Christian?
I've seen Christian.
God damn, dog.
I saw him at Access. It was in New Orleans, and you always try to come up with a question when you meet the wrestlers instead of just saying, I love your matches, big fan. And yes, we've all said that. It's like, I try to come up with something different I can ask or say. So for Christian, I just asked him, it's like, hey, since you've been back in WWE, in TNA, you used to wear all those cool jackets and entrance gear and stuff like that. Like, what happened to those? Like, why don't you wear them anymore? And he's like, just too much to pack in the suitcase. Because when you worked in TNA, you live in Tampa. You just drive to the arena in your car. You got your gear in there. You got to fly around the whole country with your big ass cage, jacket and entrance pants.
That's really smart. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Me being me, I should have been like, hey, Christian, I love the RKO you took on the steps by Randy Orton. That's what I would say.
Jesus.
You sold that pretty good.
I liked his run. I saw his world title run. I was a fan of it too. So, and even though his reign was more of that, chicken shit heel kind of thing. Hey, he was a 2-time world champion, so that's all
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So every time something significant happened in wrestling,
Yeah.
for example, Eddie Guerrero passed away, Rey Mysterio wins the title, Edge retires, Christian wins the WWE title.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about that?
It's definitely opportunistic. It's like they have a situation and they react to it. So Eddie, unfortunately, Eddie died, and most legends will tell you that he was supposed to win the title that night. He passed away that weekend.
Yeah.
Even though Stephanie McMahon said no, that wasn't the case. I'm like, are you sure?
So it was crazy. So Eddie Guerrero passed away,
and then
Rey Mysterio won the title. Karen White, remember Karen White? Chavo Guerrero, Karen White, whatever. Yeah, blonde hair, won the ECW title. Like, oh, that's what you're gonna do.
Well, it's bring it to right now. It's like, what do you do with Mark Briscoe? And it's like I kept joking. I kept joking that guess who's winning the Royal Rumble this year?
Oh,
Nah, see,
you wouldn't do that.
What they did is give his brother a job. There you go.
Yeah, it sucks. Man.
Yeah, that's how
It's
it is.
sad though. Why did this tragedy have to happen for them to be on TV when they should have been on TV years ago? The man apologized, and why is he still being fucking chastised for it?
I kind of think what you're saying, Dom, is like when they capitalize on a news event, a real event.
The whole Mark Briscoe thing, I think that's from the higher ups. That has nothing to do with Tony Khan. That's the network saying, "Oh, we don't want him because of something past."
If it was Tony Khan's choice, the Briscoes would have been on before.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with capitalizing on the moment if you have it. To have Christian, Edge's best friend.
But if they're the right character too, as well.
Yeah.
You can't just put Joe Schmo.
No.
He's never won a match. All of a sudden, he's the champion.
Well, it's the idea of being kind of tone deaf in a way, and to me, it's not the same. Nothing tragic happened for what I'm about to say for it to happen, but Eric Young won the TNA title. Yeah, lifelong TNA guy, TNA original, but he won it because he looked like Daniel Bryan. With the beard and the underdog story. That's the only reason he won the TNA title at that time.
What year was that? Look,
April 2014.
See, I didn't watch it. I know he won the title.
Yeah.
Is that the reason why?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I mean, maybe. I don't work for TNA. I'm not Dixie Carter,
She don't work there either.
Yeah. And at that time, I think he beat Magnus for it. Magnus, he had his feud with Samoa Joe, and everyone's been pining for Samoa Joe to win the title at that time. Just TNA pushed Samoa Joe. Well, they pushed him right out of the company because they never gave him the ball to run with. Because the one time they did, he had a good run, and they just
killed
cut it short. Yeah. So Magnus, beat up, cheaply won against Samoa Joe, and then he's supposed to have a significant run, and he ends up losing to Eric Young. Why? TNA just loves Eric Young, so that's why he won the title.
I haven't seen his character work, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching TNA around that time.
Was he?
He was very over at a
Was
period
he
of time.
still the goofy Eric Young back then, or was he like Team Canada Eric Young?
He was still goofy-ish.
So that was during the whole him and ODB storyline?
Pre-sanity joint.
I think that was a little bit afterward. I think as much as you can evolve after being married to ODB, then he did, and
Bam!
yeah, bam. I like ODB. She was cool. She was nice. Yeah.
Don does too. She like that Jew.
I'm married.
So we have the three of us. We have been at WrestleMania. We have traveled to WrestleMania, and for me, I believe WrestleMania weekend has changed a lot.
A whole lot.
You put me on.
It's even changed.
You put me on.
Going back a little bit. What do you think? What was WrestleMania? What was your first WrestleMania weekend that you traveled to?
Oh man, I'll never forget. My first WrestleMania was in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
WrestleMania 27, The Rock, and no. The Rock was the referee. It was The Miz and John Cena.
The heart wants what it wants.
I don't think The Rock was a ref. I think he was just the host.
He was the referee toward the end of that.
Oh, yeah.
So But the match that sold the night was CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yes.
CM Punk Orton, not RKO.
Yes.
It was crazy. That's when the RKO out of nowhere came out.
Started, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Dead Man versus Triple H.
I thought
That was good.
Taker was done.
That was good.
I thought he was done.
That's actually my mom's favorite match, The Undertaker and Triple H,
Really, that one.
because she liked the way Triple H tapped out like this.
Shoot. My bathroom break match was that Trish Stratus and Snooki.
Oh, man.
My bathroom break. I got
Yeah.
lost. Undertaker came out. It was so dark. I was in the
Yeah.
wrong section. So.
How about your
27 as well.
27 as well? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that was the year
Oh.
our buddy, he's a big Shawn Michaels fan. We found out he was going into the Hall of Fame.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
So we all said, "Oh, your guy's going in. He's a Falcon fan. Hey, it'd be my first Mania. Let's kill three birds with one stone."
I'll never forget that. WrestleMania Atlanta. You all wanna go? I don't wanna go. You wanna go? Abe was like, whatever. Our other friend. Only way I'll go if Shawn Michaels is inducted. I'm watching Raw.
Literally,
I
yeah.
called him up. I'm buying tickets. We going. We out. Next thing you know, yeah. But I didn't know there was more other than WWE out there.
Yeah.
Cause we just did like
Access.
Access.
Yeah.
And then we just looked.
and then like,
Drove around.
and like Hall of Fame, like stuff like
That's
that.
all
But I
fine,
never knew about the independents.
Mhm.
And then until I met you, and then I met another guy down there, not in Atlanta, but
Brian from Maryland.
not Brian. That's
all I got.
I met a lot of people. I
Yeah.
got Facebook friends from WrestleManias, and it's pretty cool meeting for everybody from around the country and whatnot. So
That is really great.
yeah,
So that was, what year was that?
2011.
No.
No.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, 2011.
2011. That was a rough year for everybody. Relationship wise.
Yeah.
It was
That was
WrestleMania
bad,
27. It was 2011, and we met after Dallas, so that'd be like 15 or 16. So big bunch of years in between that you know, between your first WrestleMania and when I met you and showed you that there was more to WrestleMania weekend than just
Yeah.
WWE things.
Yeah.
And
New Orleans, that's what opened up for me.
New Orleans.
I still gotta go.
WrestleMania 30.
30.
So 3 years for me. 27 to 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I found out about met somebody at the airport. You going to WrestleCon? I'm like, what was that? I'm like, nah. You going to like the Mexican show? I'm like, what? I'm like,
We're in New Orleans, man. I ain't going over there in Mexico.
I'm like, I seen dudes back then in, I forgot what year it was, but WrestleMania 30 weekend. And I seen MJF before he was MJF.
Yeah.
I seen Bandito.
Mhm.
I seen all the dudes in AEW now. I seen Sammy Guevara, fucking big pin head and shit like that. I'm like, corny. Now with him,
Yeah.
got a hot wife.
Now.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Doing the pin head.
But yeah, so there was originally WrestleMania weekend was, you know, Access, Hall of Fame, WrestleMania. It's out the day after Monday Night Raw,
Did all
and
that.
transitioned into things like WrestleCon, which was from highspots.com,
Yep.
and a lot of independent shows, super shows. Ring of Honor was around, and
Yep.
even there's so many groups in gathering on that weekend. And or even at 2014, you ran into a few, you heard some things.
14,
Maybe you didn't check it out right away, but you knew of things.
Yeah.
And for myself, yeah, I would do those things. I'd go to the WrestleCon, I would go to the Super Show,
Yeah.
Ring of Honor, and just in the past couple of years, I've stopped doing those things, but you kind of still have, right?
I did it last year in Dallas.
Yeah, when we went
Not
to
that it was
we went
Dallas.
to the-
Yeah, we did that. Man, we crammed a lot in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Tired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I don't
literally,
know. We barely slept.
literally got in the same day, and then boom, WrestleCon Super Show.
Yep.
Boom, next day, meet and greets, whatever.
Yeah.
And trying to see the city. I'm like, I
Unfortunately,
can't do that.
Scott Hall passed, so we didn't get to meet
R.I.P.
Kevin
Scott
Nash.
Hall. Yeah, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. gave us
Scott
some
Hall
damn
is always one of my
fruit punch
favorite
shot.
wrestlers.
Wow.
Yeah, went to his party. He gave us a damn fruit punch shot. 'Cause he was there.
Wale's party.
Hey, we got
I never. The reason why I go to Wrestlemania because
Mania.
I
there
heard
was
that,
some show going on. I think wasn't Bloodsport. It was something.
that was at night.
It was like GCW. It was some
Yeah,
crazy show.
Joey Janela's Spring Break.
I was a wild show, man. I'm like, man.
It was a WrestleCon.
I can't do this. I remember I think we talked about it You went to the show. It was the one in California, WrestleMania 32. That was in San Fran. Did you go to like that midnight show, whatever? And didn't that show end like 3 a.m.?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But yeah, there's a lot WrestleMania weekend, a lot of being tired and being
What?
lots of shows and things like that.
I don't know how some fans do all those shows and not.
If you watch some of the shows, like like on Fight TV or whatever it
I'll
is,
be doing that. I'll be
you see
parking.
people sleeping in the crowd because
Yeah.
you're tired as hell.
Man.
Joey Janelle show 4 a.m. It's like glacier.
Seriously.
No,
Seriously.
no.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
We all did the WrestleMania thing. Like after like a fun-filled weekend of much wrestling after WrestleMania, after the day after WrestleMania, the Raw, are you burnt out or is it just like me? Like I feel like I can't do it.
You can't do it anymore.
I can't watch wrestling for like a good 2-3 weeks just to gotta regroup.
I think there are aspects to that. You're just tired. You're so inundated with pro wrestling, and when you mean like when you come back home.
Yeah, when I come back home.
Come back home.
Like unwind.
You just want a break from
Like
everything.
I gotta.
Yeah.
I'm still follow, but all right.
I guess my immediate thoughts are no. I totally know what you mean though.
Yeah.
You just kind of don't want to watch anything, but you kind of can't because there's nothing on till Friday when you come back home, right? But there have been times, you're just like, what? I've had enough, and maybe that's why for me personally, I've like stopped going to a lot of all those crazy midnight wrestling stuff because I've had enough. I'm tired of that. I'd rather have the destination be more of a vacation for me. Dallas, that's the second time there, but I want to see more of it. New Orleans, the second time, it's like, I want to do more New Orleans. I still haven't had crawfish in New Orleans.
That was one of the first things I had down there.
Crawfish boil. We were supposed to go, but the Ring of Honor show went so damn long, we had to skip our midnight crawfish boil.
Wow.
Yeah. So I never officially had it, down there the right way. So there's still things to do.
I think if I went to LA this year, I would probably just do WrestleCon, WrestleManias, and
Just explore.
and that's it. Because there's other things I want to see in LA.
Yeah.
I would need at least a week just to go see everything I want to see.
Yeah.
That's not wrestling based.
Me, I'm not burnt out. I don't know what it is.
Like after Mania, you're not burnt out? No.
I love
Well,
wrestling
you
that much.
never did the shows like I did, man. It's like I was running.
You kind of split up during some of the weekends there?
you
Yeah,
sleep in the car.
we split up.
You sleeping in the car.
Yeah, I was
I'm still going. Shoot, give me a beer and a Red Bull, I'm good.
I drive trucks for a living, so all I do is fucking drive. So if I get nappy and I'm taking that shit.
Well, WrestleMania's been into a lot of cities, and they've kind of repeated over the last couple of years. Dallas twice,
New Orleans twice. Yep.
Tampa twice by accident.
Never been.
We're supposed to go.
So every time I go to Florida, something happens in my life, and I can't go.
Yeah.
Always something.
I was supposed to go 1 year.
and then COVID hit.
Yep.
Tampa. I'm like, hey, all right, whatever.
Supposed to get tickets, and that would have been the first time I would have shared that moment with my dad.
Yeah.
He actually lived in Clearwater, so like right there.
Let's
He's
take
still
a
dead.
look at the beach shop. He'll be out. He'll be all right.
Yeah, we'll do
That's
that.
just WrestleMania.
Clearwater, home of some Ring of Honor live events.
And Roger Strong.
Yeah.
Where he at?
Is he in Clearwater?
Thanks. I don't know. Who knows? He might be in AEW.
Would you say that there are any cities that should come back to that they haven't been back to? Because I have one immediately in my mind. Is because it's Santa Clara. They haven't gone back to Levi's Stadium. I like that stadium. Well, first of all,
How's the city?
I'm San Jose guy, so and I like that area. So I'm like, and I like Levi's Stadium. I like all that. Who doesn't? Bailey
Yeah.
Butti. Okay.
Yep.
But they haven't gone back there, and I'm kind of miffed that they haven't wanted to revisit that for some reason. But
I think they're kind of like the NFL, where you have to pay us to go over there.
They following the Super Bowl. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
So next year they're going. Well, they're not following.
COVID
Philly.
kind of messed things
Yeah,
up.
COVID messed things up, but they're going to Philly next year. We all going to be
Super
there.
Bowl going to Philly?
No, hell
No.
No.
Oh, you said Mania. Oh, did they announce that already?
Yeah, Mania's going to be in Philly. My man Brian from Delaware. He already called me. He was like, "Hey man, you sit on my couch." I'm like, "I didn't know about all that."
Well, thanks for the offer.
Yeah, thank you. I said, "I'll definitely be there though. At least I can drive this one."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a little Airbnb, check out the steps, get some Philly cheesesteaks.
Was the Super Bowl in Philadelphia recently?
Nah,
No.
I don't think Super Bowl's ever in a cold area because
Oh, okay.
they want it to be warm, comfortable. And
So it's a soft follow the Super Bowl kind of deal. Because we're in Arizona this year, right?
Yeah. Are you going to Detroit for
SummerSlam?
I like that. I like how they doing the football field.
Yeah.
Like
Sound appealing.
Yeah.
I'd like to go
Did
visit.
you go to Nashville last year?
No, that was a consideration, but no, I didn't.
Oh my
I
god.
gotta go.
I went.
You know why? Because a fellow flies from New Haven to Nashville, so they're real cheap.
Yo, I went.
You did?
I did.
Oh.
But it was only half the stadium. They ain't have the whole stadium sold out. You just
I saw that on TV.
I'm looking, I'm like, why?
They push y'all in
Yeah.
the
But it was crazy. I'll say this now. Ric Flair's last match was better than SummerSlam.
Wow.
like the whole show.
The whole show.
Wow.
I was hoping to see just Ric Flair's actual last match.
The man passed out, so we might care about his match, but the whole show was better than SummerSlam. I'll say that now.
Flair's got the figure 4 on.
Hey, sir! Wake up, sir! Hey! Rick.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Oh, man.
No, my summers are usually kind of like they're getting busy now, so it's like if I had the opportunity, then maybe. But I'd be willing to go. But
Let me know.
Yeah, we're planning on that.
Yeah, because
definitely
I'm-
thinking about it.
I'll take advantage because my bucket list is to go see every Major League Baseball stadium, man.
We said the same thing.
How am I going to see the Detroit Tigers? Oh,
Why not?
that's where they're going to be at in the summer. And SummerSlam on a Saturday, too?
And I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan.
Hey, Quincy.
So I'll be catching my Rays playing against the Detroit Tigers.
all right. Well, my time's wrapping up here today, but I do have one final topic to raise with you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Can you help convince me why Raquel Rodriguez is worth anything?
Oh, Jesus.
She's, yeah. I don't know about the promos because I don't know. They haven't given her any mic.
Yeah.
The look.
Braun's giving her the mic.
Oh, come on, Dom.
That's the only mic she getting right
She
now.
getting
That's why
real
they broke
monster.
up. That's why they broke up.
Oh,
They broke up?
I thought they did. I don't
I
know.
don't know, because she got a bigger back than his.
See, okay. You're not supposed to talk about looks and all that shit. Sort of thing. I don't really get the entrance. You know, great. She's a tall,
muscular.
strong, muscular woman. She's showing her shoulders. Like, I don't know. I'm not a shoulders guy. Maybe there are shoulders people out there. I don't find it appealing in any way whatsoever. Then she does her entrance pose.
Beautiful girl,
That's,
but
and she's very pretty. Yeah. And we ran into her in Vegas walking by one time. I was like, ooh, shit. And but never mind the looks and all that stuff. But it's like in the ring, I think. On one hand, I think she can be a really good face.
Yeah.
yes,
You know,
No,
but
I'll
right
face.
now,
she should be a heel.
She was a dominant heel at NXT.
right? I think she's better suited right now as a heel because she's not a very good face.
No.
So she should work on staying a
Yeah.
heel and being that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I was more interested in her
As a
even
heel.
at NXT back at that point than she is
Yeah,
right now.
look at the roster. Who has her stature, her physique? Nobody.
Yeah.
Not even Bianca. And Bianca's
Yeah.
strong as hell.
Mhm.
Even Charlotte.
Yeah.
But that 6'2" Latin and everyone else 5'1", 5'4".
Yeah.
And that's just like you're just stomping on somebody. You can't. You're not Hogan.
Hogan was 6'7", bro. Get that right.
You know
And-
what I'm going.
And you're not.
With good knees.
Who's the heel that's gonna
Pause.
tear her down? Who's the monster heels for her?
Well, it's got to be herself. You know, she's got to be the monster heel.
The only
That's what I'm saying.
what? Her as a heel?
No, if she was the babyface, it's like Hogan back in the day.
Mhm.
Hogan had all the babyface the heels that
Only
were
one person.
smaller than him.
Only one person took her down. Be Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
I think she already did.
Legit.
And Shayna Baszler.
And Shayna, if you want to give her that route. That's it. She always her
Grumble,
role.
grumble. So you fan? So
And I feel like Natty always gets mistreated.
yeah.
I feel like anybody who does all the Make-A-Wishes and does something with the company, whatever, they get mistreated.
Yes.
Anybody get eliminated out the damn elimination chamber, they're gonna put Ronda in there.
I mean, I came up when Natty was in that qualifying match. I came up with a whole scheme, like an idea, like, okay, how can she face Bianca? And I'm like, well, you could do it. I don't think anyone's terribly going to be excited about it, but you could do it because, you know, the legacy, the tenure, and maybe if you could trust anyone to have a match and trust them in the ring, it would be Natalya.
Do you trust Shawn Michaels? Well, I trust the match, but you trust Shawn Michaels to have a match with Jimmy Abel down
Let me tell you a lie.
Nobody wants to see that shit. No one wants to see that shit.
All right. Well, you kind of convinced me Raquel Rodriguez is worth sticking around, so good job, guys. Thanks. Well, anyway, that does it for this Torch Time podcast. Will you ever see it anywhere? You might someday. So until that time comes, I'm John, this is Abel, this is Tom. We'll see you next time.